Hey there, it's Carla here from Sea Law Plans, and I am here today to go over goal setting and how I go through goal setting. One of the most intimidating parts of goal setting, in my opinion, is the annual goals. So those annual goals, for some reason, I don't wrap my head around annual goals. In 2020, I didn't set a single annual goal. 2020 was the very first year that I used the MakseLife Planner. That was the very first year that I even did any sort of goal setting at all. And I didn't set any annual goals. So I actually, in 2020, I started with my monthly and I broke it down to weekly and then into habits. This year in 2021, I did set annual goals with the knowledge that some of them are possibly not going to be fulfilled or be failed goals. And I'm totally okay with that. I think I needed that first warm-up year of 2020 in order to realize that I could set annual goals, and if they fail, it's totally okay too. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how I go through goal setting, starting at my annual goal, and then break it down into itty-bitty actions, into weekly or daily habits as well. So MakseLife has the full-size planner, which I think they're actually sold out of already in 2021. They do have an imperfect planner sale on February 16th, and they have a very, very few quantities of these planners. These are the full-size planners with the goal setting and the weekly planning system in one. I have that in addition to the companion notebooks. So the companion notebooks are all of the goal setting, but none of the weekly planning. It comes with your instruction booklet, and annual goals are in this one. And then you have 4 of these books because they are a quarter, so basically 3 months per book. So I have both systems, and I have been in both systems. I've tried both systems. And I do think that for me and everything that I utilize, I do think that the weekly planner with the weekly plans in addition to the goal setting is just where I am most comfortable at. But the notebooks are great for those people that don't utilize a planner. So not everybody utilizes a planner, and a lot of people just have a running to-do list, and that is totally okay too. It's very functional and it works for a lot of people. Or if other people have a weekly planner that already works for them, they can add these booklets into their goal setting system. And it's the same goal setting system in the large planner, just in a more compact version. Okay, so I've done a video on the companion notebooks in addition to a walkthrough of the large planner already. So I'll try and link those up here. And so for this video, I'm actually going to be showing you my planner. I have not shown my goals often. A lot of them are extremely personal. I'm working through a lot of different things right now as well, but I do think that this video is important for those people that don't understand or don't know how to break down goals, because that's where I was in 2020. I didn't know how to do any of this. So I do think that this video hopefully will be beneficial for those people that need a little bit of additional guidance. This page is actually really nice because it goes through examples of what to look for when you're setting goals in these areas. Okay, so for the purposes of this video, I'm going to do physical environment to show you how I break things down. So I decided that in my physical environment and my home maintenance, I was going to do the Bowl Full of Lemons weekly challenges, and I'm going to do that for 16 weeks. And then I also wanted to keep up my regular routine of cleaning. I'll show you my cleaning routine in the back of my planner. And I also wanted to try this thing called One Touch Away. So if you pick it up and touch it in order to move it, don't move it from one counter to the other. If you're picking it up the first time, just go put it away wherever it belongs. I have a really hard time with that because I just need that instant satisfaction of just getting it out of my way. And so I wanted to try that as well. And then I also have a list of things that I need to repair and replace within the home itself. So this is my annual goal. So within my annual goal, I will flip to my monthly goals for January. My monthly goals of January, I basically went through the paper PDF printout that I have of the Bowl Full of Lemons, and I took each one of those, and these are each weeks for the first 4 weeks that I needed to work on. And so within that for first week, it was going to be the master closet. So this is what the PDF looks like of the Bowl Full of Lemons challenge. And I basically took each paper and I washi taped it into each week of the weekly actions, so I knew what was coming up that next week. So I have all of this information here, and then I broke that down into, these are my maintenance goals. I do laundry every day, and I need to keep the counters clear in my kitchen just for my sanity. And then this is the stretch goal that I have with the Bowl Full of Lemons. I want to purge one room per week, and this week I'm actually going to be doing the laundry room because that was the first week. Even though I wrote down in here that I needed to do the master closet I actually did in the last week of 2020, which was week 53. And so the first week of 2021 was the laundry room. And so I wrote that down here on my goal. So these are my weekly actions page. So I went from an annual goal of decluttering one room per week to a monthly goal of listing out which rooms I wanted to work on. And then from there, I went to a weekly action of getting this item done. From your weekly actions, you go into your weekly spread. So the laundry room, I have a very small laundry room, and so I don't really need to separate that out into each individual day. And I did not necessarily need to make it a habit. So I just wrote it over here to do the laundry room. And then after I looked at my daughter's schedule on school and my son's schedule on school, I basically went through and I tried to choose a day that I knew I was actually going to be able to get that task done. Monday, January 4th, my husband had off of work and my kids were out of school. So I knew that day was going to be the day for me to actually get that goal done. And so on that Monday, I actually did the laundry room. I went through this entire list. I emptied everything. You can go through and read everything, but I basically purged everything and I got everything done within that one day here. And so because it was just a single day action, I did not need to make it into a habit. But some other goals that I have set for annual, monthly, and weekly actions do go into my habits. So as you can see here, my maintenance goal is to clean something every day and keep my counters clean. So I go through and I make that a habit to make sure that I check that off every single day as well. And so going into my next week, so this is the next week with the organization challenge. It was home office. My husband has his own office and I have my tiny desk in the kitchen. So that was going to be this week. Other things that I wanted to do within my desk, I just wrote that down here as well. And then I go through and I write that I wanted to do my desk. And I also wanted to go through all of my handbags because I kind of have like a lot of them. And so that's how I broke that down into the weekly action. And then in my weekly spread, I did decide to break it down into 3 separate days. So the first day, I wanted to completely empty everything, sort through everything, fill my entire kitchen table up, and go through absolutely everything in my desk, figure out what I wanted to keep, sell, donate, and just get rid of. The next day, I broke it down even farther to clean all of my surfaces, to scrub the backsplash, to clean out and vacuum and do all of the drawers in there as well. And then on the third day, I actually replaced everything and reorganized it in my desk. So you can see that I have over here the master closet, which I was supposed to do in week 53 of 2020, and it just kind of got pushed off to the side. So I tried to do it again here, and I was able to do a little bit of it, but I didn't fully complete it. So I just kind of scratched it. I just wrote, it didn't happen. Not a big deal. This was a particularly difficult week, it looked like, for just me in general. So this is how I broke that goal down into a daily action as well as a weekly and a monthly action. So if we go back to your next week, the bowl full of lemons, the next week I have is the kitchen. This was a very, very hard task. Our kitchen is very large. We have a ton of cabinets. And this basically says that you have to empty everything, clean everything, and put everything back. And I will be honest, it just didn't happen. And so instead of all of the details on this, I decided to just break it down to what I knew I could actually complete. So I wanted to clean out the cabinets. I wanted to purge all of the small appliances that we did not use. I wanted to detail and clean all of the large appliances that we already have to maintain. And I wanted to seal the countertops in the kitchen. And so I knew that this was something that was attainable to me. And so going into the week, I wrote over here that I needed to do the kitchen that week. But this week, it didn't really work very well because I didn't assign a specific thing to do each day. Looking back and reflecting, I now know that that is something that I need to do. So these days I did assign to do the maintenance on our large appliances, and then I did purge the pantry because that was part of the kitchen. I actually spent a long time on this, and then I realized the next week was the pantry. So I kind of made a little mistake on that, and I spent too much time doing this. But because I didn't break down these weekly actions into doing something every single day, I didn't get my kitchen done the way I wanted to. And so I focused on a lot of the other cleaning within the home. So the other cleaning within the home got done, but because I neglected to break that weekly action down into either a habit or assigning a specific thing for each day, I did not get that goal done. And so that is something that I wrote on it is kind of on the back burner right now. I am going to go back towards the end of the challenge and get this goal done. But I have noticed that for me particularly, I need to have things assigned to a specific day to have a specific deadline to get things done. Okay, and then like I said, the following week was doing the pantry, which I kind of had already done. And so I wrote it here and I just kind of finalized it and went through everything with my husband just to get his opinions on things. And then I wrote a couple of other things down to declutter as well. So again, I did do an assignment for a specific day. I did say that I wanted to get the closet finished this particular day. My husband has a lot of hunting gear and camping gear that we had to organize and go through as well. And so because I did assign that to a specific day, it actually got done. So that is one thing that I've realized for me in particular is I need things not only written on the sidebar of general, hey, you've got to do this week, but I need it written on a specific day because I see that kind of as a deadline and I hate missing deadlines. I want to get things done the day that I have them written down. And so I have noticed that over the past year of trying to do goal setting, even if it's maintenance goals or stretch goals like this decluttering challenge, I need to have things broken down to daily actions in addition to the weekly actions. So now here we are in February, still continuing this physical environment challenge. I wanted to also learn how to grout tile in addition to replacing silicone caulking, but I also have some other items that I wanted to do down here as well. My husband at this point in February still hasn't done his side of the master closet. I have purged my handbags, but I haven't made the decision on really what I want to do with them because I love them and I have attachment issues. And then there is a specific hallway that I wanted to get painted as well. And I wrote down bowl full of lemons to continue that challenge as well. The next week was the master closet that came up. Even though we tried to finish that master closet in 2020, it just still is being moved over slowly to every single week of please let's finish this. And so again, it is on our weekly actions right here of getting these items done. So this is another week that I had on the Bowl Full of Lemons challenge. It was the master bedroom week. This was actually a particularly busy week for us for some reason. And I don't really know why. My planning didn't work out very well this week, but I do have it written down here in my weekly actions. I'm still asking at this point for my husband to finish his side of the closet. And so I have the master bedroom written down here. I originally had a plan to go through one particular area of the master bedroom per day. And again, I neglected to write it down and assign specific tasks to each day. And again, it didn't get done. So I'm going to redo the master bedroom this coming week, and I'm going to write on each day. I'm going to write, this is the day I'm going to go through the dressers. This is the day I'm going to go through the nightstands. This is the day I'm going to take the mattress off of the bed and vacuum underneath the bed. And then I'm going to go through the bookshelves this day, and I'm going to write a particular action on every single day for the next week. So I have a deadline. of when to complete something. Because again, that is one of the biggest things that I've noticed with me in particular over the year that I've been trying to do this is I need deadlines. And so I am going to continue going through each week. And now that I know that I'm going to need to create a deadline for each particular task, I'm going to be writing that in my weekly spread. So this is my weekly spread for the week coming up, the 15th through the 21st. I have a lot of things over here that I want to complete during the week, and I'm going to just write those in on these particular days so I can make sure to get them done. And so I have basically all of my maintenance goal, weekly cleaning list written in here on specific days so I know what to do each day. I am going to go through and I'm going to do the master bedroom this week, and I'm going to write down on each day what I need to get done. And then I'm going to still beg my husband to finish his side of the closet, and I might even threaten him that I'm just going to do it myself, and I don't think he'll like that. And then I'm also going to assign to do, since our master bathroom is attached to our master bedroom, this will be an easy task to kind of get those things done as well. And then I might save my kids' bathroom for a weekend, for example. I hope that that was helpful, and I really hope that it wasn't too terribly confusing. I have just noticed, as I've shown in my planner as an example, if I neglect to break things down personally for me on a daily basis of what to do every single day, it's probably not going to get done. So once it's assigned to a day, I will kind of in the back of my head know that I have a deadline on this. I don't really want to write it down again the next day or the next week, and it'll kind of put a little bit of pressure on me to get that item completed. As far as my decluttering and the bowl full of lemons challenge, I can space those items out the entire week and work on something a little bit each day. I have to be sure to write it in my planner on each day, because I've realized over even the past couple of months, it has changed for me. In 2020, I used to be able to have a running to-do list on that sidebar and just be like, okay, this week we need to do this, 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 and this. And for some reason, 2021 is just different for me. I don't know if it's just that I'm in a different headspace, but that running to-do list isn't working for me right now. And so I do know that I have to assign things on a day in order to create a deadline. And so with those weekly challenges, you can break up one area in your room to do something a little bit each day. Even if it takes a little bit longer to complete it, chances are it's still going to get done, especially if you are a lot like me, where you have a very busy house. Everybody is home because of COVID. You've got spouses working from home, you've got kids educating from home, and you just don't have as much time to yourself to work on those bigger projects. And so if you break them down even farther and figure out what you can do each day for that particular room, I think it would be a lot easier. And you can even do that with other categories as well. So I think the key is to figure out how each category can work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, what can you change that category to that you want to work on? So I hope that that was helpful. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. Find me over on Instagram and send me a DM. I'm in the Facebook MakseLife group a whole lot as well. And so if you have any questions, there's many ways you can find me, and feel free to ask. I have had several requests from several of my followers to do these videos, and I might make it a series of goal setting videos, and I might even do a monthly. Well, monthly might be too much for me. I might do a quarterly. That I think I can do. I can do a quarterly goals update on where I'm at, because one thing that I've also found is Sierra said in a live one time that I call it the 3Ds, that with a goal, you need to either do it, delegate it, or delete it. And there's already been a goal in 2021 that I have just completely omitted already. And I do not feel bad about it. It's just a goal that I thought that I wanted, and I did it in 2020, but maintaining that goal in 2021 is not attainable for me right now. And so I've already deleted something, and it's February. I've already deleted something from my 2021 goals. And I have a sticky note to reevaluate whether I want to do that in the second quarter. And so if you have a desire to see a Q2 goal video from me, then go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know, so that way I know if this is something that you guys want to see, or if it's something that you would just rather chat about in a DM somewhere as well. So again, I hope it was helpful. Reach out, please, if you have any questions, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you.